dance for joy.
Welcome to slightly shambolic SMMT reviews, the series where we take a brand new car at the SMMT test day at Millbrook in Bedfordshire and just have 30 minutes to film it and make an absolute hash of it. So this is a 2025 KGM Actyon 1.5 turbo in the K50 specification. But is it any good? Should you care? Let's find out, shall we? One thing I don't like about this car immediately is this stupid speed limit warning thing, and I'm going to have to go into some of the settings and turn this off if I can, which in itself is a huge distraction. I need to get rid of this because this is going to absolutely annoy me. There we go, it's off. Also, what's weird about this car, I don't necessarily a criticism of it, but it's got this hexagonal steering wheel on it, which means it's a little bit interesting to drive. I don't know why necessarily they've gone down this route, but there we go. They've got to differentiate their cars in some way, haven't they, from everyone else? So this is a big kind of SUV, which is from a manufacturer, but was only recently renamed KGM in the very early part of 2024, having been named SsangYong for many years. And actually, we do own a 2019 SsangYong Tivoli Ultimate. I've had it for 5 years, so I'm quite familiar with the brand and their cars. This particular engine in this is related to the unit in the Torres and also the Comando. It's a 1.5 turbo with 160 horsepower. 0 to 60 in this car, I think it's about 10.8 seconds, something like that. Certainly feels quick enough for a car like this. Handling, it's okay. It's a big, heavy car. The boot is massive. It's something like 668 litres. So, it's obviously designed more for kind of taking the family out and things like that than it is for high-speed runs on roads. But it seems to sort of handle reasonably well enough. It feels fine to me. Steering seems sort of okay. One thing I can't find in this car is whether we've got any of the sort of driving mode type things that we would do if we were in something like a Tivoli, which definitely has them. I'm just going to turn round actually. Apologies for the wind noise, viewers. It's just one of these days. So, the KGM Actyon. What on earth is a KGM Actyon? Well, a few years ago, a company called the KG Group bought what was at the time SsangYong. We own a 2019 SsangYong Tivoli Ultimate. We've had it for 5 years, so I'm very familiar with the brand and what it's like. And in late 2023, for the 2024 model year, the SsangYongs were all actually renamed as the KGMs, and this is the latest model, the Actyon. It's based on the same platform as the Torres and the Comando. The Comando came out in 2019, the Torres a couple of years ago, I think. And this is actually an interesting looking car. One thing I will say is these little bits on the side of the bonnet are quite strange. I don't quite know why they're there. I'm not exactly sure, but there we go. It's got 20-inch wheels. I think possibly I would go for smaller wheels if possible, but the only specification available in this country is this K50 model that costs about £37,000 and comes with, well, everything is standard really, including the 20-inch wheels, so there we go. I would prefer it in a maybe a lighter colour. The black perhaps isn't what I would have chosen myself, but that's okay. Very, very big car. Boot is 668 litres, which is almost as big as the old Tivoli XLV, if you remember that. It was in late 2010s. Got the tow bar on this particular one. A lot of KGM or SsangYong owners do like to tow. This is ready for that. It's a bit noisy, I do apologise for that. If there's not an issue anywhere else, I'm allowed to film around the car on this particular site, so I have to do it here. It's a bit of a shame. So yes, 6-speed automatic and a 1.5 turbo engine is the only powertrain option. These mirrors keep opening and closing. It's really, really strange. So if I unlock the car, do we get the little flashing thing on the front? Yes, it does. You can see it's been flashing. That's fun, isn't it? So let's get in the back. Apparently it's like limousine levels of space in the back of here. The Grando's a pretty big car. Actually, we're going to have to press that again, aren't we? So it's just, that's really annoying. Hang on. So it just opens to the driver. I can't get straight in to the back. I have to open the door manually unless I press the key. And I've got this book in my hand, so I can't do that. We'll have to do this. I wonder if you can stop that, because that would annoy me massively. Let's shut this door and then get in the back. There we go. Oh, we've got red seatbelts like an MG Metro. I mean, I don't know why I'm comparing this car to an MG Metro, but that's because I like random red bits on the interior, which we've got a lot of. We've got this nice quality feeling, soft touch material at the top. We've got integrated blinds for children and anyone else wants to block the sunlight out. The only thing I would say is that this is the only specification available in this country. We don't have a panoramic sunroof. It was very dark headlining, which I'm not really a fan of, to be honest. I prefer a lighter headlining, and a sunroof would be better, but never mind. You've got very, very big rear door bins. You've got rear heated seats, in fact multi-stage rear heated seats, and so yeah, very, very nicely equipped. I don't quite know what this is for, apart from hanging a jacket perhaps on there or something like that. We've got in the back 2 USB-C ports, because apparently that's the way people have things these days. I've still got just normal USB ports for my phone, just a standard cable, so I'll have to change their cables if I wanted to. Yeah, legroom seems really good actually. This seat's actually quite far back. I wonder if I can't adjust this seat, but I can adjust the passenger seat like this. Look at that, isn't that crazy? I actually move the backrest as well if I want to. Crazy. Yeah, so little ports and sort of little vents in there. Also got a rear armrest, some cup holders in it. Got some LED interior lighting. We've got some grab handles. He's damped. Oh yes, oh yes, excellent. It's a nice quality interior. It feels really good, considering this is sort of based on the old Corando and a bit closer to the Torres, but the fundamental platform is the same as the C300 Corando. Obviously lengthened a bit. That's good. That's really good. Let's see if we can open the boot now, viewers. And I've actually dropped off my book. I've actually got a free hand to operate this control now. Right, stand back. Look at this. I mean, if you're comparing this to, say, a Sportage or, I don't know, a Tucson, which are probably the main rivals, because they're all Korean cars, then this is going to be bigger, like a lot bigger. I've driven a Sportage a couple of years ago, and it was good, but look at the level of space. You've also got the extra number plate, considering this car's got a tow kit on it. I wonder if you can take this and this completely out and have more space. Hold on a second, viewers. Let me just do something that most people wouldn't do and just take this floor out and actually also take out the luggage board as well. You can sort of do it, but I think what you've got to do is detach the Velcro bits from the front of there. So I'm just going to leave it like this. So we've got a low blind in here. We've got some hooks in here as well. Come on, hooks. Yes, there we go. Some hooks in there for bags and things. We've got a 12-volt socket. You can lift this up as well. And so we can find a place to lift this, yeah. And then there's, well, not much underneath. I prefer to put a spare wheel in a car like this, but possibly that's not what happens these days anymore, which is a shame. But it lies nice and flat, actually, this floor. And yeah, we've got an LED light in there, that's nice. I'd like to film in a bit of a quieter place, but unfortunately I'm not allowed to. This is the only place on the entire facility I can actually stop and film around the car, which is why it's all noisy and nasty. Never mind. Right. So the car's actually got, I think it's dual 12.3-inch displays and what's called a hexagonal steering wheel. It reminds me of the old Corsic wheel of the early Austin Allegros, and the Ford Puma currently as well. But it's got a wheel like this. But we shouldn't make comparison between this and Allegro, should we? Much as I like Allegros. Right, let's pause a second here and close the door. Right, it's a lot quieter in here now, viewers. Let's just turn this right down. Mute. Good. Right, we've got steering wheel paddles on here for the gearbox. Why has my infotainment system gone off? I want it on. Right, so if you mute it, it actually turns the screen off, which isn't exactly what I wanted. So there we go, accessory position. Got lots of bonging noises and things, which is the way of the world these days. Yeah, my door is shut. So very, very big driver's display. Very big indeed. And this is also huge. The only thing is, and maybe I'm just being fussy, but I've just noticed that the climate controls are entirely within this part of the touchscreen here, which I am not a fan of. If I'm honest, I prefer separate ones, and now you see they've gone away. So you have to go through this quite carefully to get to what you want to do. So that's a sat nav. There's no phone connected. We don't really want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. Where's the car settings? Are they somewhere else? But yeah, that's a sat nav. How do we get to the car settings? Is there a way of getting to those? Let's go back to the main menu. I don't know where that is, to be honest. I'm not actually sure. Oh, there we go. I have to go onto that one. Okay, vehicle settings. Right. Right, driving assistance. We turned a lot of this stuff off because I think it's going to be annoying if it has its on. Oh my gosh, look at all this. Forward safety assistance, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, and all sorts of stuff. And intelligent cruise control, road speed limit warning, driver attention warning, rear side warning, collision assist. Wow, there's a load of stuff in here. Climate control. Yeah, okay. There's an awful lot of safety systems in here, which are going to keep you very safe if anything happens. I hope we can turn some of those off, because that'd be annoying. So the driver attention warning is definitely coming off. That's coming off because it's going to be really annoying. Right, can we go through the display in here? Yes, we can. Excellent. So we have a different sort of display. It's a bit more conventional one with rev counter and also speedometer. That's probably going to be better for me. Here's the efficiency information as well. 25 miles per gallon. Yeah. One thing I've heard about these Actyons is the fact that they're not very economical, which is a bit of a shame. It's a big heavy thing. It's just a normal 1.5 turbo with no hybrid assistance whatsoever, so that might explain it. One thing I need to do actually is check the glove box for the secret mission document storage. This looks to me about the same size as the Tivoli glove box. I don't think we're going to go in there, to be honest with you. I mean, there's lots of space in the door bin. I'll show you in here. The door bins are absolutely massive in this car. These switches look very, very similar to the ones that I have in my Tivoli, only better. That's not a surprise or anything, but it's just worth bearing in mind. Similarly, the controls on here, these are straight out of a Tivoli as well, which is fine. Well, the steering wheel obviously is not, and saying KGM on here, it's the first time I've actually driven one of KGM's cars that has KGM on the steering wheel. The KGM Tivoli that I drove in late 2023 didn't have this on here at all. It's a SsangYong logo. We've got these interesting little things here. What happens if I press this button here? Oh, okay. So you can get to the climate controls a little bit more easily. So if I rotate this, it doesn't rotate at all. It's just literally turning it on. I mean, it's handy, but strange. Also holds would be for the handbrake, and we got all this stuff to do with lane keeping assist and adaptive cruise control and heated steering wheel and all kinds of things like that. Power fold mirrors. The dash with this little bit of fake wood in it, I think looks okay. We've got a little bit of stitching in there, and it's soft touch. It actually does feel quite a nice interior. And we've got in here, I believe that's a wireless charging pad for my phone. I'll put it in, I'll see if that works. That would be good. I can't charge my Wi-Fi because I haven't got the right cable for it, but we'll maybe charge the phone in there. One thing I haven't noticed here, we don't have a sunglasses holder like I do in a Tivoli, which is a bit rubbish really. We should have a sunglasses holder in a big car like this, but it doesn't have one. Never mind. Let's have a look under the bonnet, shall we? So the EX GDI 150T, a 1.5 4-cylinder turbo, which dates back to 2019. In this application, 160 horsepower. So you can only get a 6-speed automatic in this country. You can't get a manual or anything else. I prefer a manual personally, but that's just the way it goes these days. I think even the Grando, which is actually cheaper than this, I think it starts at about £10,000 cheaper than this actually for Grando. I think you can get this in a sort of electrification also with this automatic gearbox. Not much really to say about this. I think you get a 5-year warranty still on SsangYongs actually. But back in the day you got 7, but it's only 7 years on the electrified models now. Yeah, I think it looks good. I don't know why the lights have come on. Probably I've left ignition on because I'm a silly person, but I think this is a nice looking car. A lot of people have said it looks a bit like a Range Rover Sport, and I can see why you'd sort of think that. The rivals of the car probably aren't the Range Rover Sport, but more likely to be the Sportage and the Tucson because they both fall within the same price bracket of this car. But yeah, the lights aren't actually blinking. That's just a trick of the camera actually, like that. But yeah, I think it looks purposeful enough. I hope they get some sales with this new Actyon. Stop whittering, shall we, and let's go out for another drive. So we'll head back because we don't need to do the full road course today because I'm moving so many cars that I don't need to do that. But yeah, I would have thought we would have sort of driving mode or something in here, but I don't necessarily think that we do. At least I can't find them. One thing I will try is the paddles on this 6-speed automatic transmission. So if I go down, or do we have to press it up? Oh, there we go. That's working. It's weird. You press the paddles outward. They don't move in. You have to press them out, which means you've got to move your hand in a very sort of awkward way. I don't like that at all. That's terrible. But you've got to move it right around there. Yeah, I'm not so impressed with that. Let's just put it back into the normal drive mode and just sort of leave it the way it is. Yeah, I'm not sort of saying that is the worst idea ever, but I doubt many people would use it, and also it's just become a bit sort of distracting. Ride seems okay actually, considering how tall this car is. It feels really tall. The ride seems sort of okay. It's not too crashy or bouncy or anything. And we're going to go around this roundabout here. We'll see just how this thing actually handles. So we've only got one specification in this country, this K50, about £37,000. There are no hybrid models, there are no electric models. There are no models that we can't talk about because they have a set-top engine which is no longer favoured in this country. It's just this 6-speed automatic and this 1.5 turbo engine. So there we go. It feels okay. It's not completely losing it on the roundabout as I thought it might. It's not doing that. It feels a bit more agile than I thought it would, but you're still very, very aware of this car, of its size, and the weight of it. So don't try to drive it too hard. Is my advice when you're going have a go in the Actyon. But yeah, it seems to drive kind of in a similar way to something like a Sportage. I drove one of those a few years ago, or to be a main competitor to this car. Seems to drive in a very similar way to that. Seems to have enough power really, with this 160 horsepower 1.5. Yeah, it's very comfortable as well. This electric seat is actually ventilated and heated, this seat, which is brilliant. It's a shame actually I don't have longer with this car. I just don't have a long time today. We got about half an hour per car, which isn't really enough in my opinion, but that's the way way it works. So should you consider this KGM Actyon? Well, I might be a bit biased as a SsangYong owner. Obviously, the company's now called KGM, but it was called SsangYong. I quite like it. I can see why somebody would like to buy a car like this. The only problem is that the equivalent Sportage or Hyundai Tucson is about the same price as one of these, and also the MG HS plug-in hybrid, which is about the same size of car as this, is considerably cheaper, and that could be actually the biggest problem with this. Now, they don't have to actually abide by the zero emission vehicle mandates at KGM because they don't sell enough cars per year to actually go into that sort of category. But that means they only import the specification. I'm sure with like a manual gearbox and a bit lower specification, you could lower the price a bit down. And to me, that'll just make a bit more sense. But, you know, diehard sort of KGM loyalists and people who like the look of this and like the space in the back in particular, maybe not so much the miles per gallon, it's not the best car for fuel economy, would perhaps think this is absolutely brilliant and this is what they want. But yeah. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you very soon for some more incredibly shambolic reviews.